Hello and welcome to Not Your Mother's Midlife Crisis. I'm Chris, and this is my co-host, Chris.
Hello, Chris. How are you
Hello.
doing?
I'm doing great.
Hey, I have a funny story for you. Just
Oh,
happened
right
this
off the bat,
morning,
let's
and
do
I
it.
couldn't wait to tell you.
Okay.
In fact, I was going to text you, and then I said, nope, I'm saving it until you do the
Because I love
podcast.
real reaction.
So, as you know, because I saw you at the gym this
I
morning,
did see you.
my regular routine, go to the gym, come home, feed the dog, walk the dog. Walking the dog, only just a couple blocks from home in my gym clothes. One of the neighbors, who you know, Ed, up the street,
Okay.
he says good morning. So I take my AirPods out, and I was like, hey, how you doing? He goes, just want to let you know I'm a regular listener of the podcast. Love the podcast. And I go,
Wow.
I go, oh, well, that's great. He goes, I even got my wife to listen. And
Thanks,
I
Ed.
go, thank you so much for listening. I go, how did you hear
How
about
did you know that I was?
So I said, I
How did
asked
he
him
know?
that, how did you know? And he, I guess, is friends with you on
On
social
Facebook,
media
yep.
and saw
Ed Huber.
about the podcast. And then so he says that he listens. And
Hey,
I
Ed.
said, well, stay tuned because probably within the next month, we're having a guest that will talk about male hormones. And he
Yes.
said, that's great because now you're getting in the other half of your demographic.
Well, he's also in mortgages, so hence that relates to you.
Absolutely.
Because I'm also a realtor, just not as good as you, Kim. And you probably like it a lot more than I do. But yes, that's how I know Ed. Oh, that's so funny.
It was just
That's
so cute that
sweet.
you're walking down the street, walking
Yeah.
the dog, and
Yeah.
I'm a
That's so
regular
fun.
listener. It was
That
so
is fun.
sweet, and I was so surprised. Just, yeah.
Oh, good.
So
Oh,
him and his wife are listeners, so a big shout out to them. So thank you.
thank you. All right. Well, before we get into our
Mhm.
guest this week, even though I just spoke with her, I just wanted to reflect a little bit about the Nina Camp episode. She was such a real person.
Yes.
I just love, she's living the best version of herself. And she's like, this is me. Take it or leave it. I don't give a crap.
Yes.
And I was super happy for that. I love her 3 things for Thursday.
Mhm.
That was so sweet. And I can't wait for her book to come out.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
She's another amazing and authentic
Yes.
guest that we've had. And you just feel so blessed to be able to meet and interact with all
We're so
these
lucky.
amazing women, from all over.
Right.
It's just wonderful. And the fact that she mentioned her experience on Not Your Mother's Midlife Crisis as her item of gratitude for the week.
Yeah.
And that she referenced our beautiful battle-worn butts, which was just it was just such a celebration. So it does make you feel so grateful.
Yeah. Well, we're going to continue it with the badass women.
Yes.
Today, we have on super cool guest that I've been excited to have here on the show. It's Kim Costa. She has appeared on American Dream TV. She is the host of Live in Your Wheelhouse and also the author of the book, Live in Your Wheelhouse, Empowering Guide to Go, Stay, or Reno.
And Kim is also a 5-star real estate agent who has experience in construction and design. She helps people create the space that matches their needs and lifestyle with a lifestyle lift. So thank you so much for joining us today, and welcome to Not Your Mother's Midlife Crisis. Is there anything else that we've missed that you'd like to share with our listeners?
No, I think that you summed it up very well. So
Good.
thank
Okay.
you.
Good.
Thanks for having me
Well,
on.
We're happy to have you. And you had so many accolades that, we want to make sure we got them all in there.
Yes.
So speaking of you, and you've done so many things, you have a very diverse work experience. So what led you to where you are now?
Well, really, okay, so in the construction and design industry, I was in the finance part of it. So I was a controller. I was like the CFO of some small construction and design companies. So I really had a focus on the numbers. But what led me to being a realtor and helping people with life design and human resource development is that's actually my background. I grew up with 2 human resource executive parents. So I always heard growing up that's in their wheelhouse or that's not in their wheelhouse. And so that stuck with me, just hearing about people and how they did different things, they worked differently. So when I became a realtor, I applied all those theories like Maslow's hierarchy. It's the system of needs. The wheel of life is a coaching tool in 8 different areas of your life. So I naturally, with my background and inclination, applied all that human stuff that I used when I was doing numbers, like the assets were all number figures and, physical assets. But now the assets that I work with are the actual human beings that I am looking at. Are they in the red or are they fully maximized in each of these 8 areas?
It's very interesting.
And a shout out because I'm a former accountant as well. So
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. Turns out I don't have that personality.
No,
And
neither do I. And some things I do. Yeah, but
Right.
not
Yeah, I still love the numbers, but I don't want to do it 8 hours a day. I think, it's one of the 8 spokes. So one of the 8 hours a day, I can do the numbers.
Yeah, and I pivoted as well. So,
Yeah, good for you.
but what advice can you give us for us empty nesters trying to make the most of our kids' bedrooms, but also
Mm.
trying to leave space for them when they do come back?
Well, really, I mean, there are many people that want to stay in the family home, and I find it going two different ways. The first way is we're going to stay in the family home, we'll keep space for the kids. But then I find the empty nesters feeling a little sad and lonely that their life is no longer being a full-time mom. So they pass the bedrooms and they just kind of long for the children, the grown children now that aren't there anymore. And so I think there's, and then the other way is that people downsize. Okay, we're going to reinvent ourselves and we're going to move to the beach or get a place in the city and travel and all this stuff. And then when the kids come to visit, there's no space for them. So I think the happy medium sometimes is staying in the family home or keeping some bedrooms available that are multi-purpose. And so like if you're doing a podcast, you can find a space for that. So what is going to fill the void of you being a full-time mom? And so what is it that you always wanted to do? You could volunteer somewhere, you could do a podcast, you could start writing.
You're just saying my entire life.
And you have to laugh because we started the podcast from
my daughter's bedroom.
Her now married
There you
daughter's
go.
bedroom, and we'd say coming to you from this bedroom.
Many people
Yeah.
do.
But we moved to the beach.
Yes.
But we moved to the beach, but had kept the bedrooms. Like we moved to a place where they have bedrooms, so they come. And then we started a podcast, and I also do volunteer stuff.
That is so funny. I'm getting
following
that vibe.
And I
that
love
trajectory.
the same thing. I moved to the beach. In fact, I bought her old house at the beach. And
Oh my gosh.
I have 2 kids, so each of them, I call it, Seamus's bedroom. This is Lucy's bedroom.
Right.
But I still walk in, they're in different parts of the country. And I still walk in to Lucy's bedroom that has bunk beds. And I'm like, I'm going to have to do something about this. Like she's going to be 21 years old. I have to.
But you can sleep 4 people.
I know.
Well, listen, keep the bunk beds.
It's totally resonating.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Keep the bunk beds because that may be the bunk room for the grandchildren. Say you have 4 grandchildren, you might need 2 sets of bunk beds. And then, or like a queen bed or a trundle or something in there that, because you may have friends who want to come visit you at the beach. You may have grandchildren. So the flexibility is the biggest thing. It used to just be like, we need 4 bedrooms and a basement and a pool and in a swim tennis neighborhood or whatever the case may be, close to the school, all the things. But now it's like, gosh, we have more freedom, which is a lovely thing about being an empty nester. So once we all get over the sadness of, oh my gosh, my kids are gone, it's really, and I like to catch people before they're empty nesters so they can start planning. Okay, what are you going to do with all of your time? Because you're going to be sad for a little bit, but let's not get stuck there. As soon as the kids move out, we're not like totally redecorating their room. Boom, they're gone. It just depends on how quickly you want to transition into your next stage of life and what that looks like for you. Are you going to travel? Are you going to become like super fit? Maybe you make a little yoga area or a Zen den, or you put a desk in there because you're going to reinitiate a career that you let slip, even if it's part-time. Are you going to volunteer? You're going to take up a hobby? Whatever the case may be, it's time to repurpose part of that space because the role of your life is changing and the home needs to fit that.
Yeah. I like that Zen den. That's a cool idea.
I've got a Zen den. I've got an office. I have a staging area and I have 2 guest rooms. So it's like I can morph them at any moment.
That's great.
Yeah.
So like when you're deciding whether or not to stay, go, or reno, what are like some key aspects to that? Like how do you know when to go or not go?
Well, the way the wheelhouse assessment runs is you answer questions in 8 different areas. And so it goes up the level of Maslow's hierarchy. And I don't know if y'all are familiar with that. We learned it several times in school, or at least I did. And so it goes from physiological needs to safety, to love and belonging, to esteem, up to aesthetic. So if you have an aesthetic need that's not being met, that is so much easier to solve than you don't feel safe in your neighborhood. Right? And so that would probably involve moving. So as you answer these questions in each of the areas, in each of the 8 sections, you grade the area on the wheel of life. And so you want an almost fully inflated tire or wheel. But if you have a 1 or a 2 or a 3 or several areas that are a 3 or below, you have a flat tire. And that means that you are probably moving.
So it's more of a formula.
It is a little bit more of a formula. It is not real specific, though, because everybody's lifestyle and situation is different. So it does guide questions in each of the areas. Some apply, many do not. And so you pick out the ones that apply to you that maybe you have or have not thought about. And it just takes like 20 minutes to read through all the questions. And then you might ponder and you write little notes about like, yes, we need a bigger garage because we want to get that convertible sports car. And we need a 3-car. And so that becomes like fun. What do you like to do for fun? And so that's scoring. Maybe you won't move for that reason, but then you need to write that down that if I were to fix anything in my house, we now have more disposable income. The children are out of college. Look at all this money we have now. Let's get a fun sports car we've always wanted. We deserve this, right? But you only have a 2-car garage. And so that's kind of like, okay, well, either we'll wait or we'll move. And so it's just, you just keep going. It could be something fun like that. Or it could also be, gosh, my health isn't great. I have this huge house. I have the money, but I cannot keep up with all of this space and the yard work and the pool, and so the steps. Yeah, my bedroom's upstairs. And so that becomes a health safety issue, right? Or a physiological issue because you physically cannot take care of the property. That's a much more serious need than the little convertible you have to wait on.
Mm-hmm. No, they're important factors, those big ones.
Yeah. Yeah, but it points them all out. And so if you're kind of sitting where all of your you have a 9, an 8, a 7, a 5, a 4, an 8, and a 9, it's like, yeah, I just feel like something's missing. You can't really put your finger on it. And so if everything else is going well and you have the financial capability, and let's all hope we get in this position where we've done a long career or we've raised our children or both to where it's like, it's time for me. So I want to maximize these 4 areas they're okay. I think it could be better. And so then you look at options for how do I completely maximize my life while I have the money and my health is good and things like that.
Okay. And then, so I had listened to one of the podcasts that you appeared on and you talked about, I think you were an ENFG, like the personality test.
ENFP.
Yes. You're an ENFP. So
Not
my
supposed
daughter
to be an accountant.
Oh, there you go. My daughter made our family take it and then did like the whole compatibility of like who was the most compatible with who. It was
Super cool.
It was funny. But I was wondering, like, do you suggest that to people, like to take
Absolutely.
that to fun? You do? Okay, I was curious.
Okay.
Yeah.
100%. I'm about to do a workshop and I'll probably use the Enneagram as opposed to the ENFP, the Myers-Briggs, which is what that is part of, because Enneagram is more about how you like to live and how you've adapted to things throughout your life. And so it's a little more applicable, and people don't know as much about the Enneagram as the Myers-Briggs, because the Myers-Briggs is supposedly set in stone from when you were born. You were just born with this personality, which I agree with mostly, but not 100%. Right. So, so in this workshop, I'm actually going to provide a link for an Enneagram test so that there are 9 types. And so I've created a list of, like, if you are I'm a type 7. So I've created a fun little list of, these are the 10 things you need to have in your home.
She had us do that one too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yes.
The Enneagram.
So,
what are you?
I think I'm an E and I forget F, but I think I'm a 7. I know I'm a 7.
Yeah, we're the fun ones. You wouldn't know it when I was an accountant.
She is a fun one. Yeah.
Girl,
I don't seem as fun when I'm negotiating.
Wait, maybe I'm the ENFG, because at first I thought you were I think I'm an ENFJ.
Maybe you're an ENFJ.
Maybe that's it. It might be. And then I know I was a 7. All I know is that, yes, the compatibility part was hilarious.
Yeah. And so do you know what your spouse is?
I forget what he's off the top of my head, but he was either number 2 or number 3 on my list of 6 of us.
Okay.
So it was funny.
Wow. It is funny. But it does. My whole point is just know what each other's personalities are, because people aren't intentionally trying to annoy you. If you're a neat freak and really clean and you love a routine, the kind of artsy, maybe slightly sloppy person doesn't mean to annoy you. And you may annoy them when you clean up their art project because they're not done with it. And so it's just a matter of being aware of who's living in the home and creating a space for each one of them so they feel seen and comfortable.
That's really good advice.
That is.
And I need to listen to it.
Don't we all?
Well, I was laughing when you were talking about, oh, this is how you have handled situations in the past. But how about if you don't want to handle them that way anymore? And you want to handle them differently.
It's true, right?
Uh-huh.
There's room for that. Maybe it'll go better. Try something. If
Yes.
something's not working, try something
Maybe
new.
from the letters to our younger self, would that change?
Yeah, we'll
how
talk
we,
about
yes.
that. But
Mhm.
I'm thinking of my one daughter that we were in her bedroom. She's whatever the creative, messy person is. And so like
Yes.
when she comes here, I know that I have a lot of cleaning to do after.
So
And
on
then
the Enneagram, that might be a 4,
okay.
maybe.
Well,
Maybe.
but her and her husband are very similar. Like they do great in that connection.
Yeah, but here's the thing, because I'm sort of creative myself. It's kind of nice when opposites attract as well, because somebody's got to
Somebody's got to
Fix
clean up.
things. That's what
Mhm.
we worry
Yeah.
about. Someone's got to
And
be in control.
somebody's got to have a routine. And my husband gets me to the gym. I'm more spontaneous and he's more routine oriented. He's a 9 on the Enneagram. He's the
Okay.
peacemaker, right? And I'm a
Okay.
7. I thought I was a 3, which is very driven, and I am, but I'm more of my real personality is a 7 who's very fun. And so I'm like, let's go on an adventure. I'm more of the spontaneous, and he likes that about me within reason. And I like his routine within reason. So I'll go to the gym with him 3 times a week. And then I'm like,
That's
I don't know, I want
perfect.
to do yoga
Yes.
That's
today.
plenty. Yeah.
Right? I want to go
That's
for a walk. I don't feel like being stuck in the gym. So
no.
he allows me to be a little flexible, and I follow his routine with him half the time.
I like that.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
I think you need
That is a good
flexibility. Of course,
balance.
I'm
Good
agreeing because I'm
compromise.
also a 7.
Yeah. Don't fence me into the same time
Yeah, right.
every day of the week
Exactly.
Yeah.
doing
Yeah.
something.
Uh,
Yeah.
Okay, so when someone decides to stay and they just want to redecorate,
Mhm.
how do they get out of that stuck phase when picking colors, moving furniture? And I will tell you that this is my kryptonite. I feel paralyzed when making a decision. I mean, I can't even decide on lamps, on like wall decor.
You've done well.
I
You've
struggle
done
with it.
well. You
But
did.
my
Yeah.
walls are like blank because I just look. I mean, even things like about scale, color.
You did the shiplap.
I did, but that took years.
That's
And then I
true.
still don't know what to put on the shiplap, so that's going to take another few years. So that's why this was like important to me. How do you
Okay.
Well, it's okay to recognize that in yourself, that you are a cautious person when it comes to making decisions. I don't know. Maybe you're a type 1, maybe, because type 1s can be very conscious of rules and perfectionist tendencies. May I? No, we all
I'm going
have
to
them a
send it
little
to
bit.
her.
Yeah.
Would you say?
I'm going to send the test to her.
Send it. You could
Yeah.
also be a 6, which is someone who, and I'm a 7 wing 6, so I have a lot of 6 in me. And it's someone who thinks about like, well, gosh, what if I put a nail in the shiplap and it's too high, or I don't like the photo, or I don't like the picture, then I have a hole in the wall. And so, like, do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
as your personality, you may think of things, why not to do certain things. And that's just your part of the way you've developed throughout your life. And I have that in me as well. So I think it's very important to partner up with somebody who can bring you ideas and can stand there. Yes, like a 7 who, the 7-6 is good because I'm a little weary, but I'm mostly, thinking of options all the time, right? And so someone who has that options, like this might work, or, makes a quick decision, where slower to decide, which is not a wrong thing, but having somebody who complements you to help you through those decisions. And it might be just like, okay, hold that picture up for me. Here's 3 pictures. We're going to the store. We're picking out 3 pictures and we're going to bring them home. And I'm going to hold each one of these up and you tell me what one you like best. And
That's a
then
good
look at it
idea.
for 3 days and return the other 2. And so it's a matter of bringing options in a little faster than you're used to, but that's working with someone who also knows that you need the time to make that decision
No, that's really
and
good.
options.
In fact, I can tell you, I purchased, I think it was last year, like the shelving, like storage systems so
Oh,
they don't
yeah.
have a lot of closet space.
Yes.
And, I pondered it. Like, I think I showed it to you before I ordered it. Like, should I order this? And then, of course, when it came in, I call Chris and her husband. I'm like, you need to come over and you need to help me decide where to put it. And they were awesome because they're like,
Yes.
they measured it. The two of them worked together. Like,
Yes.
you have to do it here. This is the best way it will look. So, yeah.
This is centered. Now stand
Yeah.
back
So
and look at it.
yeah.
What do you
she's my
think?
person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Y'all have
No,
each
she'd be like,
other.
I need help with lamps. Yeah.
I like lamp. I do like lighting. I like lamps.
Uh-huh.
I
Yeah.
do.
So
Yeah.
so I think it's just a matter of just really, I mean, the whole process I'm talking about boils down to who are you? And don't feel bad about the way you operate in this world. Set up your environment so that it works with you, because you don't need to do what Susie is doing down the street. That works for Susie. It does not have to work for you. I think it's just the freedom to recognize how you were made and what makes you happy and do those things. Um, and find the right people to help you do them. So if you're kind of staying in the same home, but you want to make some changes, I mean, so many times I'm just like, you should just move because you're so stuck here, like after a divorce or something that's happened, it's sometimes good to start in a fresh environment. But if everything's fine and it's just a different season of life, some people take a little longer than others. So I think the assessment helps clarify where they used to be, where they are now, and what they want the next stage, let's say the next 10 years to look like, and then applying that to the home.
Okay.
Yeah. I like that.
Another
Mhm.
set of sound advice.
Yes.
So when a person is in a space and it doesn't suit their personality or it just doesn't feel like them, do you think it affects their happiness?
Yeah, for sure. And they may not even know that it does. I mean, I know someone right now who's in a temporary space, and it's not where she wants to be. It's not who she envisions herself as. We all know it's temporary, and so some friends got together and we painted and we brought in some fresh linens and brightened it up because it was kind of a dark space. And she was feeling very, very stuck and still might be a little bit. So we fixed the aesthetics of the place, but there are some deeper reasons she's feeling stuck due to some life change. And, she can't change that right now. I know that everything's going to be great for her. It's just going to take a couple of years for her to kind of get where she needs to be. But in the meanwhile, change your aesthetics. Put some items in the home if you can afford to, like your favorite color pillows, some artwork of, for example, she loves the beach. Get rid of the old furniture that was her past life. And so she kind of started fresh in this space that's temporary, but it's kind of like she's reinventing herself from the inside. And then eventually she'll move into a space that reflects her perfectly. But there are things you can do in the meanwhile because she'll bring those things with her.
Yeah.
I agree. I think your space can affect your happiness.
100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%.
I once moved from a darker townhome. Yeah, I had to stay in a school district for my son when I got divorced, and I was like, okay, this is what I can afford in this district at this moment, and it was big, but it was kind of dark, and I love the sun, and so I eventually it was depressing, to be honest, because I was doing accounting all day, which to come to find out I'm not suited for. So I was in an office crunching numbers, and then I would come home and it was kind of like the sunset on the other side, and it was the bottom level that was the kitchen, and there was a wall. And I was like, oh, this is depressing.
Yeah, you're missing your
Yeah.
vitamin D.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just for depressing space, right?
Yeah.
And so I just could not wait. And so when I moved, I just pushed the easy button and found this luxury condo in this swanky, bougie area of Alpharetta called Avalon. It's like where all the fancy people go. And I would wake up, the music would start. It was kind of like that old movie with Jim Carrey. It was like some almost fake happy, you know? Whatever
Yes.
they're watching him and it's, oh, hey, good morning. But I would wake up to the sun coming through these windows. I had my little dog. I got all this great artwork, all new furniture, gave away or sold all my other, all my married china. I didn't want anymore. And I was like, I'm going to reinvent myself, starting with this 2-bedroom condo that I'm just going to be here about 2 years till I figure out where I want to go. And because
It
that
worked.
former space was depressing.
Yeah, places definitely, I feel, do have energy or different types of energy.
Yeah.
So they could lack energy. Or
Yeah, when I stayed in Erin's place in Brighton, right outside Boston, my daughter, she's transitioning, not sure where her and her fiance are going to live. So we're doing an Airbnb, and then they're staying at a friend's. Like they're basically nomads for like 3 months. And this one place they were in, I was like, it is dark.
It
Like
is
it was just
dingy.
sad. Yes, and
It is.
dingy.
Some
Like a
homes are
little
sad, and
scary.
it could be the
Yeah,
orientation, but props to them for going and trying different places for 3 months. I
yeah,
think that is brilliant because you can decide if you like this community. Oh God, well, it doesn't have whatever, the gym I like to go to,
that's
it doesn't have this or it doesn't
exactly.
have that, or it
Yep.
doesn't have a restaurant, doesn't have a walking trail, whatever it is. They can try out different spots before they sign the dotted line, and then that's their permanent home.
Yep. That's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, that is smart.
They've been trying out a bunch of places.
Very
Erin's
smart.
smart.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's a smart girl.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I
So
keep her.
I know. Yeah. So what can you tell us about your lifestyle lift?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so on my website, it's lifestylefoundations.com. If you go there and you sign up for the lifestyle lift assessment, it's basically a 2-sheet small assessment. Takes about 10 minutes. So you can do it one of two ways or both ways. You can take the sheet of paper and go to one room in your house that's feeling off and go around the circle of the 8 areas, which are finance, health, environment, career, romance, entertainment, spirituality, and family and friends. And you can go to that room that seems like it's either empty or it's like it's not functioning, you never use it, it's junky, whatever it is, and just go through each area of the wheel of life and see how well that room is serving that purpose in your house. Or you can go through your whole house in one area. So say health. You want to walk through your entire home and you just are looking for health issues. And so it could be basement. Oh gosh, I see there's water coming in. Do we have mold? It smells a little funny down here. That's not a good score in your basement. And then you go up to your kitchen and then health is like, yeah, I'm doing pretty well up here. It's remodeled. The appliances are new. I'm buying organic food and vegetables. I have plenty of space to cook. And my family comes and it's our gathering spot and I can feed my family here. That's like a 9. And then you just kind of keep going throughout the house to see how the house is performing in each of that area. So there's 2 different ways you can use that.
It's a way to find out if it's working for you.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So now, Kim, we have regular weekly segments that we do when we don't have a guest. But when we have guests, we've now been asking them to join us on our segments. And the first one is, what did I learn before I forget? So it is something you learned. It can be practical or insightful and just, something that you want to tell us before you forget because midlife does that to you.
On an hourly basis. So
Yeah.
something I learned in the episode today or just in
No,
general?
it could be in the past year, month, week,
A lot
today.
of times it could be a fun fact, like maybe something you saw online or that you read about, a book.
Yes.
Gosh, I read so much. So, well, I find it fascinating. Okay, with the FIFA matches being here right now, what I find fascinating is how people who are coming to the United States to watch these matches, they're all bringing their culture with them, right? And so I'm fascinated with the way different people live throughout the world. Like the Japanese clean up the stadium and
Yes.
I love that.
the Scottish drink all the beer, which is lovely and funny. I kind of like them. You know that sevens, did you know that sevens, there's a country for each number and sevens are Scottish. So,
Really, I am a
super
little
fun.
bit Scottish.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Well, that's
So
why
super
you see,
fun.
that's why you said you guys are super fun. Yeah.
Yes, they're super
Mhm.
fun. And then whom else? Oh gosh, I mean, I'm sure there's, the folks from Norway, they're a bit stoic and things like that. So it's just I just feel like it's really important for us to understand that not only do people living in the same homes have different personalities, but different cultures have different personalities. And when we accept and celebrate them for who they are, like it's fun to watch the bagpipes and the kilts and the drinker and they're funny. They're funny, funny people and very gregarious, right? And so I think if we embrace not only different people in our homes, but different cultures, it's kind of a macro look at the way people are different. And if we accept them, we can find the good things and then also realize that, maybe some of their idiosyncrasies aren't meant to harm us. It's just who they are.
I love that.
Yeah, and the ranch dressing. That's the other thing you
The
have to
ranch
remember.
dressing. Everyone
And
loves the ranch dressing.
It's so funny.
and I've talked to people that have actually been able to attend some of the
Oh,
matches.
awesome.
They said the coolest thing about it is like, so you're in the stands and you may be cheering for one country and then the opposing country, their fans are sitting right next to you, but everyone is so supportive of one another. And they said the entire like stadium, everybody's singing together.
Yes.
And it's just a huge celebration to
I think
show
we gotta
that like,
go.
just to show like the power of human connection.
Absolutely.
I feel
And
like that's just been
understanding.
like such a nice message. And the
Yeah.
fact that the good part is that at least for what you're seeing on the news and hearing from everyone, that everyone from these other countries have been given a great welcome and
They
people are
have.
so
Oh,
excited to
good.
have them.
Even
Uh,
in Philly.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah, Philly can be rough, and Boston can be rough.
Yes.
Yes.
And
Also,
they're
and New York.
loving it.
Yeah, I'm a for
And they're
their
loving to go to
for
baseball games because
Yeah.
Yes,
that's a
and they're
sport that they
singing our
normally, yes.
songs, and
Yeah.
so I do think there's also a revitalization, or even maybe for the first time, these people are going home and saying the Americans aren't ugly Americans.
They're
They're
not so bad.
actually quite nice. And so maybe we'll have more of a flux of people visiting here, and we'll have a little better perception that, we're just people. We're just people like they are with a little bit different culture. They're embracing. I don't know if y'all have Buc-ee's there. Do you have Buc-ee's?
We
No.
don't, but
Oh,
I've been to a couple and they're lovely. Yeah.
they are so
Really?
fun.
They
And
really
so
are.
who was the guy? I don't know what country he came from. France, maybe? I'm not sure. But he went to a Waffle House. Do you have Waffle Houses there?
Oh,
Yeah, I
it's Fred from Germany. Fred from Germany is
Fred
the one
from
that's been to
Germany.
the Waffle
Yes.
House, to the Buc-ee's,
Yes.
to a Wendy's.
Yes.
I'm trying to think of all the different
Dipping the
places.
fries in the frosty.
Yes.
Like,
yeah,
who
that's
knew
the
this was
Wendy's one,
good?
yeah.
The
And
Buc-ee's
so
is like a super Walmart meets Wawa
huge,
meets
Oh,
but
Sheetz
double
meets like a,
size.
yes.
wow.
I mean, but it started, I think, in Texas, and then it's pretty much all along the South and Southeast, but they've come up to like Tennessee
I haven't
and
seen one in Florida. I haven't seen one in
They're
Florida.
on the East Coast
Ah,
of Florida.
I
There's
keep
one in
missing 'em.
Daytona.
Okay.
hmm
Yeah.
And
Oh,
it's probably
Daytona
the
would be a
best
mecca.
biscuit breakfast
Yeah.
sandwich I've ever had in my entire life.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
I know.
Good
I haven't.
people watching too. Good people
Yes.
I
watching.
bet.
Yes.
Yes.
So it's just, I think the thing I've learned is just I think it's all about whether it's in your home or in your city, or just accepting that people are different and allowing them to be who they are, because it's fun, right? And so I think the problem happens when you turn either in your home or in your city, or when someone is different from you, when you just shut them out and you don't try to understand, why they are the way they are, and just let them be, and want the best for them to reach their maximum potential. Now, I don't want them to beat us in the match, but I'm very I'm very accepting of all the different. I think it's fascinating to learn about their cultures.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I like that. Thank
Yeah.
you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Our next segment is This Just Pisses Me Off. So it could be something that happened. It could be one of your major pet peeves. Normally, a
Oh,
lot of times we'll try and be like, oh no, we're so grateful. And then it could be someone that drives slow in the left lane. That's our typical one.
Yes. Yep.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
And this may say something about me, and I think whatever pisses you off does say something about you. What pisses me off are people who have no concept of other people. Like, they just want to talk about themselves, and they're just focused on themselves, and it's me, me, me. And there's no consideration to like a compromise, or that someone else has something to say, or that, they need to share something. And so I don't know, of all the things in the world, I get the most pissed off about people who are so egocentric that they're in their own little world, because I find them very boring.
Agreed. Yeah, because they're talking at you, not
They think they're
conversing.
very important, but I find them very boring.
Yes.
That pisses me off.
It's a good one.
Yeah. That is
I don't think we've ever had that one specific.
No,
Yeah.
that's a
Yeah.
really good one.
Yeah.
I
That.
don't know why it pisses me off. I should look it up.
No, it's
No,
true.
you're right.
Yeah.
It-
Blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah.
Yeah. Okay, good. I don't have anything that pisses me off right now. Having a good time.
Yeah.
I'm sure if I thought about it for a bit, I would. But the next one we have is letters to our younger self. Do you have a letter to your younger self that
Yeah.
you wish you would have been able to read when you were younger to tell yourself now?
It would be, I would give it to myself around the time I was turning 15, because that's about the time I gave up golf, decided not to be an athlete and to be, to do my hair and put on all the makeup and blah, 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 when I stopped studying so much. So, about when I was between 15 and I'll say 20, I didn't want to be the smart person or the athletic person. I just wanted to kind of blend in. And I think I would write a letter to myself to say, keep golfing. It doesn't matter, if no other girls golf, just do it. Keep writing. You're good at it. You have something to say and you enjoy it. Don't give that up. Because I started hiding my writing in the closet in a bag behind like clothing, you know? What else? Oh, and do what you're good at, because I became an accountant to help out in a family business and to do the financials because no one else was there to do it. And so I gave up my career at Xerox. I got a great job out of college and gave it up. And I would just say, we could have hired somebody to do that. And then I could have just continued on my path, because once I got back to what I wanted to do, I 6x'd my income almost immediately. And so just think if I had done that for the 25 years I didn't do that. We could have paid 5 assistants
to do the other
to
job.
do the job I was doing.
So I want to touch back on what you said about your writing, because I remember in the one podcast I listened to that you actually won an Oprah Winfrey writing contest.
I did. It was funny. I wrote a funny essay. It was quite clever. I was stuck at home with a broken back. That's a whole nother story. And it was at Clarity Farm, which is aptly named. It was provided a lot of clarity, that home, for me. And so I did. I got a call from the producer and she said, you won. We want you to come up to the Oprah show. And it was about friendship. So they said you can bring, I think it was 6 friends I could bring. And unfortunately, I had like 10 I wanted to bring, so that was tough. But anyhow, I won. And then the big moment of clarity was they said, we want to come film at your house. And I was like, no, you guys can't come to my house. So I told Oprah, no, can't come to my house. And so that was the beginning of what am I doing? Yeah, we still got to go to Chicago. It was super fun, but we sat in the second row instead of the first row because the winners were in the first row, which should have been us. And so anyway, yeah, I would have, that's another thing I don't know. Would I tell myself to let them come film? I'm not sure, because that was very much the impetus for me changing my life. So maybe I would do it all.
Yeah, because then maybe you wouldn't have changed.
Maybe I'd just be like, I've done enough.
Maybe.
I don't know, but you have to also believe everything happens for a reason.
Totally.
Everything happens.
It's a good story now, right?
It is a good story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that you broke your back.
I know.
Well, thank you. Yeah. It's that was another learning lesson. Yeah, don't do what you shouldn't be doing. I was riding horses and I'm not a horseback rider. I'm not good at it. I'm a good, very, very good golfer. Should have just stuck with that.
We are beginner golfers.
Yay!
I just started. I played my first 9 holes yesterday.
It's so fun.
Yeah, I had a really good time.
It's fun to be out with the other ladies. I like to golf with my husband. Yeah. Super fun. It's a growing sport.
Yes, it is. And it just gets you outside.
Yes.
It's
That's my favorite part.
I mean, talking like a month ago, because she's like, just get in the car. And I was like, I don't know how to drive the cart. I'm like, I've never done this before. I'm like, you got to help me. What do you mean? What club do I use? Yes.
Club part I get. The driving the cart is like driving a car.
I took a picture of all the broken tees I had.
She literally broke a plastic tee. She's very powerful.
That's good.
Yes, she's very powerful.
I just need to harness it.
Yeah, she has no idea.
It's all about the practice, but it is super fun. That's great.
Yeah.
So that's good. That's awesome. Okay, so the next segment is one of my personal favorites. It's 50 Shades of Health, Beauty, or Nutrition. So it could be anything that you'd like to share. Is there a beauty product that's a favorite of yours? Is there something like in your routine that you feel like we should all know about? Nutrition, anything?
Oh my gosh. So everyone loves the AG1, so I'm not going to say that, but I have a lot of hair, and so hair products are always my favorites. Now, I'm going to butcher how to pronounce this, but it's OAUI.
Oh, is it? Yeah, I think
it's a shampoo and a conditioner.
It's like
I don't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah.
It's like whey. It's whey. It's called whey, I think, but it's OAUI. And it is fantastic. So I have super thick hair, and so I use that and the conditioner, and it's amazing. Yeah. So that's my because I'm kind of known for my hair. I have a lot of hair, and then
I'm admiring your perfect little
My
flows
locks, I
there.
mean, it's a
Yeah,
lot,
they're
and I've got half
yeah.
of it in the back. But, yeah, so, I mean, and I'm very picky about my hair products because it's also kind of frizzy, and it's color
Okay.
treated
That's
as
my
we
issue.
do
Mhm.
in middle
Mhm.
age, and it's whatever is in that stuff makes it behave. And I'm in the South. It's humid and
Yes.
hot, and, like, typically, my hair would be the size of a football right now, and it
So is
really
that
helps.
Okay.
so you just use that product for
That's it.
shampoo and conditioner, or do you
Shampoo
use
and
it for like a
conditioner.
leave-in? Is there a leave-in treatment as well?
They do have a leave-in treatment. I did not use it today, and it's fine. Yeah,
Okay.
so
So what do
really,
you
that's what I've
use for your leave-in what do you use like
my
after you get out of the
gosh.
shower?
Or any type of styling product.
Yeah.
Do they use their styling products
Especially for
too?
the humidity, because we're in a high humidity area as
Yeah.
well.
Yes, well, they do have a cream that I use, like, once a week, and it's a set you put it in afterwards, but I find because I have so much hair, it's kinda heavy. If I had less hair, I think I'd use it more often, but it's, like, on my table that I get ready at, and it's like a pump, and it's by the same brand, and it's a leave-in. I think it's something like gets rid of the frizzies or something like that. I wish I had
Okay.
it in front of me,
No,
but
that's
it's a
That's
okay.
good.
pump, it's a cream container. I can describe every bit of it, but what it's called.
Because
You spelled it. We'll be able to look it up.
I think I've used that brand. It was recommended for like a clarifying shampoo. They had a really good,
Yes,
because I
because I
know
put a lot of dry shampoo and hairspray
Mhm.
and
And
all the
I've asked for
things.
like what would they recommend, especially the same thing if you're washing your hair every day,
Yeah.
coming from the gym or the beach and being all sweaty. And I remember that was recommended. And I think I first got a sample and then
Yeah,
I
Yes.
it's
got
rough in the
yes.
summer. Not
You
Hmm.
know,
Yeah.
I got
Wash your
it at
hair.
one of those, like, women's gift exchange for Christmas, and I was like, "I don't know, I really like mine," and once I tried it, I've been using it ever since.
Thank
another
you.
thing for you to try.
Yes.
Good. Well, thank you, Kim. We appreciate your time and your
Mhm.
expertise. It's really been great having you on the show today.
It's been so fun to be here with y'all. Thank you.
I'm glad that you had a good time. And we wanted to know, where can our listeners find you?
Yeah, so on my, website, which is lifestylefoundations with an S.com, and then on all the socials, I'm Kim E. Costa. So, like, everywhere I'm with that middle initial E, Kim E. Costa.
Great. Terrific. Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
And if you ever want to come to New Jersey and help me decorate, you're always welcome.
Yes, I was born in New Jersey.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Teaneck?
That's north. Yeah.
mhm.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
Bergen County.
North of us. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're the South Jersey girls. Mhm.
Yes, I love the
Yes.
beach there.
Yes. So, first of all, we'd like to thank you and also thank our listeners and thank our affiliates. We have underoutfit.com and we have Hello Nancy. You can go into our show notes and use the links to get your discounts. And please, also in our show notes, if you'd like to purchase our merch, that is also there. And the merch is so cute.
Yes, it is.
It's very, very nice. You
Yep.
can have our logo and promote our podcast.
Yes. And please continue to download, like, share, and follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. There you go.
Mhm.
And until next week, where we continue to seek answers for women's healthcare,
And support one another. Thank you.
thank you.